Gen Alpha is already racist, and some of them are learning racism before they even learn their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
It's racist, man. Your dad's teaching that nice and early, huh? Hell that.
Wing wong bing bong. You really can't blame nobody but the parent. And it's not just a one-clip incident. It's stuff like this as well.
She's a rare species of animal.
She's a rare species of animal to a African-American child. Look at the way they're looking at her like she's a zoo animal in an enclosure, huddled up as if she's some type of rare species and abomination.
Is it because she's the baby?
Yeah, mostly. And she has different color skin, so that's mostly why.
The parent gave you an opportunity talking about something. Is it because she's a baby? You know what it means, bro. She's rare species because she's black. That's the problem, all right? All of them would have been rolling down the playground. All right, slow your roll, buddy. We're still talking about children at the end of the day here, bro. All I see is bowling pins with clothes on. Racist kid uses a whip to threaten a black family.
This happened at her door.
It was terrifying.
This man channeled the spiritual powers of his ancestors and manifested it into a whip. How do you even know what this is? Imagine looking through your doorbell camera and you see a little white dude who's like 5 years old with a whip. Sounds like a horror movie. Okay, so here's a clip of a Make-A-Wish kid taking the time out of his day to roast black people for I don't know what.
Freaking get rid of fried chicken.
I wonder.
Hospital's nice.
Something you would eat.
Okay, you need to calm down with that.
Damn.
You can't make fried chicken jokes. I don't care what condition you have.
I don't care what condition you have, you do not have the capacity to be making fried chicken jokes. And it's funny because the parents in the background are giggling and laughing, but as soon as somebody were to call him out for, I don't know, make a disabled joke, then the room gets silent. He had to go. Okay, that's crazy. Bro already put in his 2 weeks. At the end of the day, as messed up as this is, you can't really blame the kid. At the end of the day, bro, it's the parent who's teaching him this type of behavior and this type of racism, because racism is not inherited. It is definitely taught. Like, look at these two nice children on opposite sides of the spectrum. One, the whitest white, and the other one, the darkest form of dark. And they're having a very nice and enjoyable time, which goes to show that this type of behavior is something taught by the parents, the media, and whatever content they decide to consume or that the parents allow them to consume. Like, look at little Timmy here. He is out here advocating for Martin Luther King and feeling genuine sadness and sorrow for the atrocities he dealt with and the way he was taken out.
The white killed him.
The who?
The white. They killed him. He was a good man.
He was a good man. He was a great man. Children are like sponges. They gonna believe whatever you tell them. And if you feed them hatred and racism, that's all they're gonna know. And that's why we see behaviors like that in today's day.
I can't breathe. 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 I can't.
So this kid right here is out here advocating for African-American rights and things like that. And the comment section, this is an old video, by the way. Top comment, white lives matter. The kid is doing positive, trying to spread a positive message about peace, happiness, and equality. And you're out here using your bigoted views and trying to influence children to think like you because you're a bigot. Now, growing up, I definitely experienced racism from other children, especially on games when I was playing games like Call of Duty. Don't ask me why I was playing Call of Duty when I was like 8 years old. So no, it's not necessarily a new concept, but what I did remember thinking is like, okay, when I get older, racism is gonna die out. But now that I'm older, it feels like there's no end, all right? People are teaching their children to hate people based on the color of their skin, and sometimes it's not even their own children. They'll just go off and say crazy things to kids. Here we have a group of white supreme, and they're out here calling young black children the hard R.
They're making threats. Can you arrest them? They have to accompany the through town.
God, I love little fucking it just shows how fucking violent they are at a young age.
Get a life. Matter of fact, get a job. You serve no purpose on this earth, bro. Why are you still here among the rest of them? We would be better off without you. We know things like this is bad, but seeing the results of said racism on these children really puts into perspective of how terrible this really is. So I'm gonna show you guys something called the doll test. All right. Which doll is pretty? The white one, okay? Oh, okay, we got a point at the black one, okay. Which one is ugly? The black one, okay. The nice doll is the white one, okay. Which one is bad? Damn, bro. Like, this is genuinely sad that these children are being taught that people who look like them or the darker skin complexion are automatically bad, negative, ugly. And obviously, they're not born believing this. Somebody is in their ear telling them, yo, being black is this, being black is that. Brief intermission, please make sure you subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Please like the video and subscribe to the second channel as well. And there's nothing they can do but believe it. They're victims. Whether you want to look at the ones who are being racist or the ones who are facing racism, they're all victims to bad parenting. Which one is bad? The black one. And why is that? The black one, okay. Why is this doll bad?
Perché tutto nero.
Because he's all black. Meanwhile, you are black. Literally self-hate being taught at its finest. And it's crazy because these are all darker skin or darker complexion children. You can see the sadness in her face, dude. They genuinely don't know the implications or ramifications of the words and vernacular they choose to use. It's just objective fact. They think that black is worse, dark is worse, anything black is bad. And I feel like this is incredibly relatable as well. Some of us watching this video, even me, myself, growing up, learned that being darker is bad. Being black is bad. The darker, the worse, the lower IQ, less intelligent, more mean, etc. And a lot of us struggle with identity and self-hate issues growing up, and we had to unlearn all these behaviors. Meanwhile, it's being passed down to the next generation the same way it happened to a lot of us, bro. And that's why this really hits home, at least for me, bro. You can't help but feel bad for these children. And again, as I said earlier, it's the parents and the media. Like, of course a child is gonna believe that black is worse when they're growing up watching things like this. Y'all know the show Coco Melon, right? Very popular, probably the #1 children's show.
Animals. Which animal am I?
Which animal am I? Let me guess.
Oh, a monkey.
Really, bro? Really, bro?
Name? What would a good name be?
Since the fur is black, how about Blackie?
What does that teach the children that's watching the show? If something is black or someone is black, we gonna call them Blackie. And this is in plenty cartoons. I'm not just cherry picking, but not only is it in kids TV shows, kids cartoons, it's also adults on the streets, like at Disneyland. Well, this ain't Disneyland right here, but this is Chuck E. Cheese, and this is a Sesame Street event. We just not saying hello to the black children. And then here at a Little League parade, okay, so we're throwing out candy, baseballs, goods, and items to the children. Give him some candy. Oh, what about the 2 black children sitting here? Oh, get skipped, buddy. Okay, next parent up. Oh, you skipping them too?
Kids are racist. Have you ever heard kids are colorblind? Hatred is taught. Well, that assumption is not only wrong, it's harmful. Psychology says that humans default to the belief that difference equals deficit. So unless they're taught differently, children assume that different races are inferior. This tendency is then subtly affirmed by the systemic racism they see on TV, at school, and in social situations.
I don't know, bro. I don't think that kids are naturally racist. I think that the stuff that they are taught is what plagues their brain. I think a child's brain is simply just a rock, a pea-sized brain with nothing inside of it. And then it's being forced to watch certain shows or see certain stuff online or hear certain jokes, and that's when it transforms its mind into being racist, because nobody starts off default racist. All right, you're not born with a racist gene. You don't come out the womb talking about some fried chicken and watermelon and hanging around and throwing whips around and smacking people's doors with whip. Like, for example, this right here. Yes, I'm Indian. Yes, my favorite sport is cricket. Yes, I don't shower. Yes, I eat street food, and yes, I smell like dog. This has to be created by somebody who's like 10 years old, bro. Don't forget, bro, Gen Alpha was born in like what, 2012, 2013? Let's find out actually. Gen Alpha is from 2010 to 2024. Gen Alpha is 15 years old. If that made you feel old, I'm sorry, bro. Any of y'all who's watching this video who was born in the 1900s, deathbed is knocking, all right? It's knocking. Would you still love me if I was Indian? This might be another 15-year-old, which tells me that Gen Alpha is racist. For some reason, when I think of Gen Alpha, bro, I think of like little miniature, like babies, some children. Don't clip that, bro. Young people, really young people. But Gen Alpha's older, way older than I thought, bro. And I'm not just going off the stuff that's on the internet, because I have younger siblings who are Gen Alpha, and they tell me about racist experiences at school all the time. The other day, my younger brother was telling me about how there are often children who are not black saying anti-black things, the N-word, and it just shows that this stuff truly does happen from Generation Alpha. Like, we got clips like this.
Motherfuckers have a problem, he's going to jail for this.
Bro said that with some bass in it. Emphasis on the hard R. He said that like his name was John Smith and he rides horses all day.
You going to jail. And that's your style, right?
Buddy, aren't you Hispanic? Do you think you're on the team? They don't rock with you like that, bro. Racist whites in the South, they don't rock with you. They will have you hanging with the fishes the same way they had us hanging with the fishes. Who do you think you are? At the end of the day, bad parenting is the source of this horrible behavior. For the kid in the beginning of the video to be saying ching chong to Asian people, and the same thing with all types of anti-black rhetoric, this person's a strange species abomination. Teach your children that racism is bad. Another thing I want to mention, not only do they consume racist cartoons or racist TV shows, but also the content creators, especially streamers. By the way, like 90% of Twitch streamer audiences are like 15 years old and younger. For example, we have people like Nick Fuentes who says things like, your body, my choice.
When we control your bodies, guess what?
Don't get me started on Andrew Tate and the things that he says.
Why can't you get a job? I can't find a job. Everyone can find a job. You can pick strawberries, you can do something.
And even Sneeko a little while ago went on a crazy red-pilled rant, and he ran into some of his fans in public.
What, everybody? Oh, no.
Okay. The woman.
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women.
What? Not like transgender.
What have I I done?
And I feel like this really emphasized for him and for everybody watching that the consumers of this are being like indoctrinated into this mindset of bigotry, and they're all Gen Alpha. Another thing that really sucks is that I can tell this is gonna take them years to unlearn if they ever do unlearn it. I'm pretty sure all of us grew up learning something that was hateful and having to unlearn it and realize, yo, I was tripping. The people who taught me this, they were bugging out, and they're gonna have to go down that same path, which shows that we're not really progressing the way we want to. Because if the next generation is going through the exact same thing our generation and the previous generation went through, what type of progress is that? Gen Alpha is already full of a bunch of badass little kids. Like, I've seen countless videos of people saying that they're terrified of teenagers in public because they're so rude, mean, and obnoxious.
They do not tell you about these teenagers in the parenting books. They're fucking brutal.
Empathy is down about 40% in teenagers these days because they're doing a lot of their relationships on digital platforms. That is removing the opportunity for them to see the impact of their words and actions on the receiver's face, body language, in the tone of their words.
And once they get even older, they might become dangerous incels that nobody can do anything about. They might be the next generation of full-on racists that don't hide it. In conclusion, parents, watch your kids. Watch the media they consume. Watch the YouTubers they watch. Watch the cartoons. Because racism, bigotry, hatefulness, spitefulness, whatever you want to call it, all these negative qualities are all hidden throughout these kid shows or these content creators, and teaching them things that they should not be getting their brain wrapped around and making them hate themselves or hate other people of other races. And for the parents who are flat out teaching their children racism, there's not much I can say for you, bro. We're waiting for your expiration date like some expired milk. Nobody gonna miss you. I think Gen Z, Gen X, and Boomers are low-key teaching Gen Alpha how to be racist and bigoted. We saw kids being racist to other kids. We saw parents being racist to kids. We saw adults being racist to kids. Racism from teenagers online. And we saw the psychological effect of racism on young kids, teaching them to hate themselves, which is something that I and a lot of you guys watching this video experienced growing up. And as I said before, it can take lots of years of unlearning, and maybe they never even unlearn it, bro. Let me know if you think I'm tripping about this topic. Do you think it's not that deep? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Do you think that Gen Alpha is already racist? Have you dealt with any racism from Gen Alpha? Remember, Gen Alpha is anyone from 15 to like 1 years old. But that is gonna do it for today's video. With that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all boys, girls, theys, and thems in the next one. It's love you all. I love you, and I'm out.